Welcome back to Horrors Worldwide. Today I'm going to explain a science fiction action film called Aliens from 1986. It is a sequel to the 1979 film Alien, and if you haven't seen that or would like a recap, check out the video on our channel. But for now, let's see what happened to Ellen Ripley when we last left her escaping Nostromo. Spoilers ahead! Watch out and stay safe. The film starts with a space shuttle lost in space. The shuttle is discovered by a rescue team, and after entering it, they find Ripley and her cat in the sleeping pod. Ripley is then taken to a hospital facility at a gateway space station. As Ripley wakes up on a hospital bed, a man in a suit brings her cat, Jones, the only other survivor, to her. The man introduces himself as Mr. Carter Burke, a representative of the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, Ripley's employer. He reassures her that he is a guy worth trusting. Ripley has no memory of any event after she escaped, so she inquires about the duration of her hibernation. To her shock, Carter says she was found after 57 years after her space shuttle had been lost in space. Suddenly, Jones, the cat, shrieks and runs away, and Ripley feels immense pain and convulses. Ripley screams and pleads to be killed, but as everyone gathers around her, they see the silhouette of the alien ready to pop out. Just then, Ripley wakes up from her nightmare. Ripley recovers and asks Mr. Carter for information about her daughter. Sadly, Carter informs her that her daughter passed away 2 years ago due to cancer. Ripley is heartbroken as she had promised her daughter she would be home by her 11th birthday. Now, Ripley attends a meeting with the company's board members. As the board members prod Ripley, she expresses her resentment towards the company. The company did not care for its employees on the ship. Their only goal was to bring samples from the aliens back to Earth, leading ultimately to the death of all of Ripley's crewmates. The board members are skeptical towards her and decide to fire Ripley as they deem her psychologically challenged. Frustrated, Ripley confronts the head of the board committee and pleads with him to visit the planet to find the truth. She is shocked to learn that for the past 20 years, the planet LV-426 has been colonized by Hadley Hope, a human terraforming, research, and mining colony that is working towards creating a hospital environment on that planet. Around 70 families have been living peacefully with no evidence of other life forms on the planet. The scene changes to a shot from the planet LV-426, where the establishment of Hadley Hope is visualized. A couple with their son and daughter head out to explore a recently discovered area on the company's order. They come across the same alien ship that Ripley and her crewmates found on their first visit to the planet. The couple leaves their kids behind and heads out to investigate. As the daughter begins to worry, the door opens and the mother is seen frantically trying to radio for help. As the daughter looks down, her father lies on the ground with an alien attached to his face. If you've seen the first movie, you'll know that this is why the alien is called the facehugger. On the Gateway Space Station, Ripley is visited by Carter and Colonial Marine Lieutenant Gorman. Carter informs Ripley that they have lost connection with the colony on planet LV-426. The company wants Ripley to accompany Carter and the Colonial Marines to investigate the issue. Ripley outright refuses and informs him that she has taken up a job as a lifter and loader on the station. The same night, Ripley wakes up again from a terrifying nightmare and realizes she needs to exterminate the aliens to put an end to her fears. She accepts the mission on one absolute condition: the aliens will be exterminated and not saved for future study. On the journey to the planet, Ripley is disappointed by the crew's lack of seriousness for the mission. She is also surprised that Bishop is an android science officer like Ash was on her last mission. This bothers Ripley as she finds it unnecessary for a science officer to be on a mission to kill. Everyone prepares for the mission, as this time the crew has advanced ammunition, from a loader to heavy-duty guns. They all fasten themselves to a dropship, and after assessing safety, they land on planet LV-426. They make their way into a building to find evidence of a war between humans and aliens, but no trace of any living form. Ripley, Carter, and Gorman now enter the building and discover 2 living aliens trapped in test tubes. The Marines notice some movement on their sensors, and upon investigating, Ripley finds a girl. The girl is the same age as Ripley's daughter when she last saw her. After getting cleaned and comforted by Ripley, the girl named Newt informs Ripley that she has come to the planet with her parents and brother. Like everyone else, they were killed by the aliens. Ripley takes Newt into the safety of their vehicle. The Marines, looking for signs of life on their sensors, finally find some movement beneath the fusion-powered atmosphere processing station. As the Marines go down to explore and the rest watch on live cameras attached to them, Ripley notices some heat exchangers around them. She informs Commander Gorman that the Marines cannot shoot in these areas because it will cause a thermonuclear explosion if they shoot a firearm. Commander Gorman orders to collect magazines from all guns, and the Marines follow his command. Still, 2 of them secretly keep their weapons loaded. The Marines finally come across the colonists, now cocooned by the alien. They are serving as incubators for the alien's offspring. Everyone is dead, except a young girl who suddenly wakes up, and a baby alien rips her open and springs out. The Marines kill the small alien, but this awakens the other adult aliens. These aliens engulf and attack the Marines. Many Marines are killed by the aliens, some dying in the explosion caused by the bullets the 2 Marines secretly sneaked in. The inexperienced Gorman panics and Ripley has to intervene. She drives the tank into the nest and rescues Corporal Dwayne Hicks and Privates Hudson and Vasquez. One alien tries to attack the tank, but Ripley crushes him under the tank and drives the tank out of the nest. Ripley suggests blowing up the entire planet and leaving. Carter refuses to comply as the company has spent millions on this project. Still, Ripley convinces Corporal Hicks, who is second in command. The dropship is about to fly to them, but the pilot discovers an alien behind her and is killed. The dropship is destroyed and falls on the tank and destroys it too. Now the team is stuck for at least 14 days before the next rescue team is sent for them. Ripley motivates everyone, reminding them that Newt survived alone without any weapons. Ripley also suggests blocking tunnels to decrease entry points. Hicks, impressed, gives Ripley a locator watch that will help him locate her from anywhere. Ripley passes the locator on to Newt. Ripley also comes to a realization that with eggs, there needs to be a queen around. She wants to kill the aliens in the test tubes, but Bishop informs her that he has strict orders from Mr. Carter to keep them safe. In a heated argument, Ripley is shocked to find out that Carter had asked the colonists to investigate the spaceship with the alien eggs without warning them of the danger. Before Ripley can tell the others, Bishop informs the team that the dropship crash has damaged the power plant cooling system, which will soon explode and destroy the colony. The team then decides to find the other dropship from Sulaco. Bishop volunteers to reach the colony's transmitter and remote pilot the dropship to the surface. Ripley and Newt are asleep in the laboratory, where they find themselves trapped with 2 facehuggers. Carter watches this but turns off the screen. Ripley triggers the fire alarm and is rescued by the Marines. Ripley reveals that Carter released the aliens in hopes that one of the 2 girls would be impregnated by the alien. He would then smuggle the embryos through Earth's quarantine. Just then, the power is cut. The team is faced head-on with a bunch of aliens. Hudson is the first to die. Carter sneaks away but gets trapped with an alien and is killed. Gorman and Vasquez blow themselves and some aliens up when surrounded with no escape. With her experience with vents, Newt guides Ripley to a safe zone, but an alien manages to take Newt away. Hicks pulls Ripley away into an elevator, but an alien manages to sneak in and injure Hicks with its acid. Now, Hicks and Ripley reach Bishop in the second dropship. Ripley refuses to leave Newt behind and gears up to rescue her. Ripley enters the Queen's hive and finds Newt, following her screams. Ripley is now faced with the Mother Queen. Ripley turns and shoots at the Queen's eggs and destroys her ovipositor. Ripley and Newt manage to escape on the dropship, pursued by the Queen. As Ripley congratulates Bishop on doing a good job, the Queen's tentacle tears Bishop in half. The Queen had snuck into the dropship's landing gear. Ripley faces the Queen in an exosuit cargo loader. Finally, Ripley locks the Queen and throws her down the airlock, but gets stuck too. Newt is about to fall out, but the half-body of Bishop grabs her on. Ripley, with extreme difficulty, closes the exit chute, and the Queen is seen flying away into space. Ripley, Newt, Hicks, and the critically damaged Bishop enter hypersleep for their return trip to Earth. And this brings us to an end. What happens after this? Well, we will let you know as we review the next part of the franchise soon.